Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear student. Here is Himmat Ali Maimun and you are watching SH Biochemist Coaching Center. In previous classes we have discussed about the four generations of computer. And first generation vacuum tubes were used as a motherboard, and in second generation vacuum tubes are used or translated by the transistors, which were very cheap and small in size, and they consume less amount of electricity as compared to the vacuum tubes, and the transistors were reliable than the vacuum tubes. And third generation integrated circuits, it means IC were used. IC was more reliable than the transistors and vacuum tubes, and the computers of third generation were very small than the previous two generations of computer. And fourth generation VLSI, it means very large scale integrated circuits are used as a motherboard. And today we are going to discuss about the fifth generation of computer in which ULSI is used. If you haven't seen four previous lectures, kindly first of all watch them to understand this lecture easily. So let's start. Fifth generation of computer. The period of fifth generation is 1980 to till today. In the fifth generation, VLSI technology became ULSI. It means ultra large scale integrated circuits, resulting in the production of microprocessors chips having 10 billion million electronic components. This generation is based on the parallel processing hardware and artificial intelligence software. Artificial intelligence is an emerging branch in computer science which interprets the means and methods of making computers think like human beings. All the high-level languages like C, C++, Java, JavaScript, NET are used in this generation. Artificial intelligence includes robotics, neural networks, game playing, development of expert computer systems to make the decision in real life situation, natural language understanding and generations. The main features of fifth generation. In the fifth generation, ultra large scale integrated circuits are used as a CPU. Development of true artificial intelligence in this generation, development of neural language like processing, advancement in a parallel processing, advancement in a superconductor technology, more user-friendly interfaces with the media features, availability of very powerful and compact computers at cheaper rates. Some computers of this generation were desktop, laptop, notebook, ultrabook, and robot computers. Desktop, laptop, notebook, ultrabook, robot computers. So this was the fifth generation of computer, and now we discuss the summary of four previous generations of computer. Summary of five generations. The first generation, the duration of first generation was 1940 to 1956. In this generation, vacuum technology are used. It means vacuum tubes are used as a motherboard and memory units. They were the more large in size and they consume high amount of electricity and they were unreliable. And they were very costly, supported machine language only. The computers which were introduced in the first generation of computer, they were supported only the machine language and they were very costly and unreliable. Due to the large size of computers, they produce a lot of heat. So at their AC was needed. And the input and output devices which were used in the first generation, they were slow in speed. They were huge in size. Due to the huge in size, they consume a lot of electricity. And the computers which were introduced in the first generation of computers, they were ENIAC, Hardwick, IBM, UNIVAC, and IBM 650. Second generation, the duration of second generation was 1956 to 1963. In second generation, transistors were used which were reliable than the vacuum tubes, and a single transistor is equal to the 1000 vacuum tubes. The transistors were reliable than the vacuum tubes, and they were smaller in a size as compared to the vacuum tubes and the first generations of computer. They generated less heat as compared to the first generation of computer and consume less electricity as compared to the first generation of computer. Faster than the first generation, but still they were very costly. It means very large organizations can afford the computers of second generation, and SE were required at the year, and the computers of second generation was supported only machine and assembly languages like Fortran and COBOL. Some computers IBM 1620, IBM 1794, CDC 1604, CDC 3600, UNIVAC 1108. Third generation, the duration of third generation was 1964 to 1971. In the third generation of computer, IC was used. That means integrated circuits. The integrated circuits were more reliable than the vacuum tubes as well as transistors. So the computers of third generation were more reliable as compared to previous two generations, and they were small in size and they generate less heat. They were faster, lesser maintenance, they were costly. AC also required at there. They consume less amount of electricity as compared to the previous two generation, and they supported high level languages like Fortran 2 to 4, COBOL, Pascal, 1 Basic, Algol 68. Computers of third generation was IBM 360 series, Honeywell 6000 series, personal data processor IBM 370, TDC 360. Fourth generation of computer. The duration of fourth generation 1971 to 1980. In this generation, VLSI technology is used, and the computers of this generation were very cheap. The portable and reliable computers are introduced in this generation. Use of PCs. That means the computers can be used in a home as a personal computer. They were very small in size, and pipeline processing is used in this computer. No AC required. Concept of internet and network was introduced in this generation. Great developments in the field of networks. The computers became easily available of this generation. Computers of this generation were DAC 10 star 1000, PDP 11, Cry 1 supercomputer, Cry X MP supercomputers. So dear student, this was about the 5th generation of computer. I hope you understand this lecture. Khuda Hafiz, Wassalam.